Right, good afternoon and welcome to the latest edition of the Three Peaks training. That's the Welsh Three Peaks that we're hoping to run later this summer. Right, I'm going to keep this brief because I am in the middle of the session and I do want to get it done. Today is the first of a long day really, with a long session to start off with, a gap in the middle, and then another session then later on today. When I say long session, I'm halfway through, or am I? 5.71 miles through of a 10-mile hike. I'm luckily enough, I'm down in St David's. I'm taking on the St David's Three Peaks, sort of over the peaks and over the mountains there. But I appreciate not everyone's going to have the opportunity to do something like that. All you want to do is get a 10-mile route that's really hilly. It can be on concrete, it can be on trails, it can be wherever you want. We've been lucky now that lockdown has been eased, not as in obviously doing it with people and stuff like that and travelling, but eased that you can go out more than once and there's no real time restriction on how long you're out, so I'm making the most of that. So yeah, 10 miles, really hilly course, getting out and about. What I'm looking at is having a good walking pace. I'm not really running it, but I'm looking to walk every mile under 20 minutes. You're starting off and you're on the concrete or on the flat, you're doing 15-minute miles. That's not a problem. As soon as you get to some of the hills, it starts going up. So I want to average that. I do this in about 3 hours 10 minutes or something like that, which is a good walking pace. And that's what you want to be doing. It's going to be different times for everyone because of the terrain you're on. But make sure that you're working hard and you're trying to to push yourself. Sort of second thoughts about the Three Peaks, and you're thinking, you've been stuck in lockdown and you haven't been able to get out and about. Just have a look at this. That's one of the reasons I do as well, just to get out and about in the fresh air. But with views like that, it's just awesome. Right, important things to remember about the training, about the long day, is your nutrition. Right, you've got to get that right, and I'm going to be very basic here with it. You've got to keep yourself hydrated and you've got to keep yourself full. The best way this has ever been explained to me was, if your car runs out of petrol, you fill it up and you just go again in it, and it's not a problem. If your body runs out of fuel, it's not as simple as that. Eating won't fill you up. It takes 48 hours and 72 hours for your body to get back to full working power with enough energy as possible, right? So on that sort of working on that principle, very basic principle, don't wait till you get hungry till you eat, and don't wait till you get thirsty till you drink. Hydration is really important for keeping the muscles nice and fresh, because if you get thirsty and you're feeling really thirsty, it's already too late and you are dehydrated, or you've done already enough damage to your muscles. And where this will come in, maybe not on the first walk, maybe not on the second walk, but when you go to get off the bus on the third walk, if you're not hydrated and you've run out of energy, you won't have it in you to do, and your legs will stiffen up, and it'll just be a painful ordeal from there. So it's when you're doing training walks like this 10 mile an hour I'm doing, I ate well before coming out. I had porridge. Not a big fan of porridge, but I know it's good. It's got good carbohydrates in it, slow releasing, helps you keep you going for events like this. Had some fruit on the way around and some jelly beans. It's not overly a long time, 3 hours out here, but I want to get used to eating what I'm going to be eating on the day, because what you don't want to do as well is get to the day and try different food, because just because you might like a Mars bar on a Sunday afternoon when you're sitting down watching telly, it doesn't mean that Mars bar will go down well when you're hiking through the mountains and your heart rate is raised and your body is working harder. It might have an adverse effect to you. So you've got to train with the food that you're going to be eating on the day, and you've got to try, and the only way of doing that is everybody's body is different. Everybody's body is different? Yeah, everybody's body is different. So what you've got to do is trial and error. You've got to try different things on training days, and if it makes you feel funny or gives you an upset stomach or makes you want to go to the toilet, don't use it and try something else. So use these days to do that as well, to get your food plan right, and you know, what you're going to be eating on the day. So when I get back now, I'm going to blast this another 4 and a bit miles. I've got the last peak to get to. This is me sitting on top of the second one. When I get back, I will eat straight away. I'll make sure I've got plenty of food. I'll relax and give myself a couple of hours, as if I was on the bus for a couple of hours, and then I'll go back out and do another session. The session I'm going to do then this evening will just hill reps. So that's it. Alright, let's get on with it. Right, it's now late evening, and as you can see the sun is setting, and it's time for round 2 of today's exercise. I've got to say this morning's session, the 10 miler on rough terrain and the 3 peaks around St David's was awesome. Really good to get out and about, and on them. Such good views and such a good route, and some of that I hadn't done before, especially in that order, so it was like a little bit of exploring as well, and great exercise, you know, 10 miles in the legs on that terrain, brilliant. So now I'm going to go out and do another an hour and a half of hill work. So I've got a hill in mind, sort of not far from the house, and I'm going to do an hour and a half of hill reps, just sort of up them as quick as I can, walking down slowly, up them as quick as I can, walking down slowly. If I do 5, I do 5. If I do 3, I do 3. But it's going to be an hour and a half's worth of constantly moving. And the idea of that is, obviously today's session is doing that 10 miles on your legs, first thing, getting your legs tired, and then it's been sitting around, and you know, I suffer quite a bit with legs stiffening up and stiffness and stuff like that, so that's sort of set in. So it's the idea now of getting off a bus and having to do it again to go up another mountain. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. As I mentioned earlier, massive thing is nutrition and hydration, not to be underestimated on any sort of multidisciplined event or endurance event. So yeah, I ate this morning porridge before going on the 10 miler. Then I came back, kept myself hydrated whilst I was on that, came back, and then I had quite a big lunch. Actually, I had a bit of pasta and spaghetti bolognese. So I've eaten that proper meal, which maybe I wouldn't eat normally if I was going to sort of train and do a hill session, but it's about sort of getting that energy in you and keeping your energy levels up. So I've had that, and I've also had plenty to drink, and haven't had any supplements or anything, but that's something that you need to look at as well, especially in this hot weather, electrolytes and stuff, if you're going to be sweating a lot. But yeah, as we said before, you've got to make sure that you eat well, you keep yourself full, which can't be underestimated, and you keep your energy levels up, you keep yourself hydrated, and that you practice eating different things that you're going to be eating on the day, so that it's not the first time you try them. Alright, so I'm going to go off and do this session. That's all it. So it's a long day, but when in reality the day it's about 4.5 hours of training, but you've definitely got to push yourself in the morning and then get yourself back out and get those legs moving again. And this is only the first of those long days, so this is the first one where, you know, I've done a 10 miler, a break, and another one. You know, we're going to build that up again and build it up again, that we're replicating what's going to happen on the day. So you know, which will be much longer sessions and a much harder one, but keep it going. All right, bye.